Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Still seeing mostly sunny conditions out there this morning. We have seen the winds elevate since the initial briefing this morning as expected, and we have issued a wind advisory. We are seeing wind gusts above 25 knots at this time. If we look at the current surface analysis, we have that boundary and area of low pressure off to the east. Moving out of the area, we have that area of high pressure over the central part of the country that's going to be building into our local area over the next few days, keeping things quiet. But as we have this tight pressure gradient over the local area, that's going to cause those winds to be elevated as we go through the day today, but we'll see those start to relax as we go into the evening time frame. Take a look at the upper level winds from this morning's sounding. We have some northwesterly winds in the lower layers, around 25 to 35 knots, and as we get into the mid and upper layers, seeing those winds more west-southwesterly to southwesterly, seeing that peak wind of 116 knots at 25,000 feet, and the freezing level today is at 4,100 feet. Looking at the current visible satellite, we can see mainly just some bay streamers out there around 4,000 or 5,000 feet, and then we do have this little shield of clouds that are moving across the bay, and mainly between 8,000 and 10,000 feet. But as we get into the afternoon, we should stay mostly sunny overall as we go through the day today and see mostly clear conditions as we go into the evening. Looking at the high-res model to see how that plays out. Again, expecting dry conditions, breezy conditions as we go through the day. And as you can see, mostly sunny as well. Going into the evening, continue mostly clear conditions. We'll see a cold evening. This evening we do have the National Weather Service issue a freeze warning for the area, with likely getting below freezing in the inland locations, and then closer to the coast we'll see really at or just above freezing for the morning time on Thursday. And then as we go through the day, Thursday we'll see another cooler day, but winds will not be elevated for our Thursday, and then we'll continue with mostly sunny to mostly clear conditions as we go through the overnight and into Friday. Another cool morning before we start to return to more seasonable temperatures. As you can see here, starting on Friday morning, that high pressure continues to be in control over the local area, keeping things dry. And going through the day on Friday, we'll see the winds remaining light but moving more out of the south, so that's going to allow those temperatures to get back to more seasonable conditions. And then going into the weekend, we'll see those temperatures slightly above seasonal averages, but overall remaining dry through the extended period. And it looks like as we get into the beginning of next week, a different picture slightly than what was seen yesterday. Again, had us kind of socked in some rain for Tuesday. Seen a little disagreement with some of the modeling now for that picture on Tuesday. So low end chance of precip at this time, but we'll have to see how that plays out as we get closer to that time. Take a look at our 24-hour weather risk chart. For today, overall, mainly green conditions with the exception of the winds at or above 25 knots. Again, we are currently in a wind advisory, so we are red for those winds above 25 knots. That will likely continue as we go through the day today before dropping down to an orange risk as we get towards the sunset time frame. After sunset, we should see those winds start dropping off a bit. Expecting those winds out of the northwest at 11 to 16 to 12 to 17 knots, gusting up to 28 knots during the afternoon today. We'll only see temperatures get up to around 53 degrees today, and then going into the evening, as those winds calm down and we see clear conditions, those temperatures will drop off down to around 33 degrees before we start the day on Thursday. Right now, tides are running about a half of a foot to a foot above normal. And looking at the extended forecast, we'll see mostly sunny conditions to end the week. Another cool day tomorrow, around 54 degrees for our high. And as we go into Friday, we'll be back to a more seasonable 62 degrees, and then going into the weekend, still remaining overall mostly sunny to partly cloudy, and we'll see those temperatures a couple degrees above average, seeing our lows in the upper 40s to around 50, and seeing our highs in the upper 60s. Going into Sunday, we'll see a little bit extra cloudiness, partly to mostly cloudy for our Sunday, and then back to partly cloudy for our Monday with a high around 70 degrees, and then going into Tuesday, depending on how that area of low pressure tracking across the northern part of the country plays out, could see a low end rain chance at this time, but overall just partly to mostly cloudy and slightly breezy conditions. We'll see a low around 55 and a high around 69, but if we do end up seeing more precip move into the forecast for Tuesday, we'll likely see those temperatures change as well. Well, that concludes the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day.